Hey subscribers, and sorry that I didn't do a Raw predictions video this week. I was going to today, but it really wouldn't make any sense since Raw already came on last night. So I didn't do a Raw predictions video this week. I was really tired, and I just didn't have the time for it. There will be one next week. I just couldn't do one this week. I was really tired, and I was going to combine it with this Raw review, but I didn't think it would make sense since Raw already happened. So I didn't think it would make sense doing a Raw predictions video, but I will do one next week. And I know this Raw review is kind of a little late, but I'm just doing it for my channel. Um, this was a really good Raw, I must say. This was one of the best Raws. It was a good Raw, one of the best Raws I've seen in about a month. This is my Raw review for October the 8th, 2012. It was in Sacramento, California. Ringside, we had Michael Cole, Jim Ross, and JBL this week. Basically, Cena opens the show. He gets mixed reaction from the crowd. He basically announces that Vince McMahon will be there. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the social media ambassador, and Larry King is there. So we have a lot of celebrities, a lot of celebrity action. And then Ryback comes out, and they both give each other this look. I must say that Ryback has been getting a push from WWE for like the past month. Like before, Ryback was just beating out guys out the audience. Now Ryback WWE is finally using him. I don't think he's Goldberg. Some people say he's the next Goldberg. I don't believe that, but he's been getting a push. He's working his way up the ladder. Ryback comes out, and basically it was a handicap match, really, versus Primo Epico. Which, I mean, I don't know why WWE does that. Gives him these little guys like Zack Ryder and Jinder Mahal and Tyson Kidd. He faces Primo Epico, which really isn't no competition for him. The only big person Ryback has ever faced was Lord Tensai. He hasn't ever faced Randy Orton, Sheamus, CM Punk, John Cena. They keep giving him these little guys, I just hate that. I really do. But he went against Primo Epico. It's around 3 minutes. They tried though. They put for a good effort, but they were no match. He dominated, and Ryback won the match. Also, there's no more tag team action between no more tag team. Their alliance is over between R-Truth and Kofi Kingston. They were a good tag team for months. For about 6 months, they were a good tag team, but they have gone their separate ways. Which is good, because now they're in singles division. I would love to see R-Truth or Kofi Kingston. Excuse me. I would love to see R-Truth or Kofi Kingston win the WWE Tag Team Championship, because they haven't ever won it. So that would be nice for them to win that. Next we have Brodus Clay versus R-Truth. It was supposed to be a match. They're supposed to go against each other, but R-Truth says that little Jimmy is going through puberty and he wants to dance. So R-Truth and little Jimmy dances to Brodus Clay entrance music, along with Brodus Clay and Cameron and Naomi, the Funkadactyls. Vince appears on the big screen at the top of the stage and tells them to basically dance their way out the ring, out the ramp. And then Vince comes out to deliver his State of the WWE address. I was about to say State of the Union address, but state of WWE address, because WWE hasn't really been doing that good. The ratings has been down here. I must say, SmackDown was good last week, but TNA has been doing way better than SmackDown over the past month. But while Vince McMahon is talking about the WWE, CM Punk interrupts with Paul Heyman, and he mocks Vince as he walks down the ramp. You know that walk that Vince McMahon does. Basically, they talk for a long time, really, but basically, Vince McMahon says he hates CM Punk's new yellow shirt, calling it ugly. Um, and CM Punk slaps Vince down to the mat. And basically that sets up for that match that they will have later on in the night. CM Punk versus Vince McMahon. Then we have more of the tag team tournament. We have Prime Time versus Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. It's around 8 minutes long. We have, I must say, Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara, they are a good team, you know. It was around an 8-minute match. And Rey Mysterio was able to defeat Prime Time, which is good. And I don't really like Prime Time because they're too cocky anyway. I was very worried about this match because I was worried about Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara facing big opponents, which they proved that they could do it. So I think if Rey Mysterio can beat Prime Time, then they can beat Kane and Daniel Bryan. I was worried about that. As long as they get Daniel Bryan by himself or they pin Kane down, if they can beat Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, they can beat Kane and Daniel Bryan because they're already dysfunctional. I would love to see Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara as the new tag team champions. I mean, that would just be awesome. And if they don't win, I would love to see them go against each other. But hopefully they win this tag team tournament so they can be the tag team champions. That would be awesome. But Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara won the match. Then we have Wade Barrett versus Sheamus, which is a interesting match. I didn't really see this match coming. But before the match, can really get off, the Big Show comes out. And if you saw my SmackDown review or if you watched SmackDown, you will know that there's a big tension, a lot of tension between the Big Show and Sheamus. So if you missed that, check out my SmackDown review. But there's a lot of tension because leading up to Hell in a Cell. And I believe that the Big Show is going to beat Sheamus for the belt at Hell in a Cell. That's my prediction. It was a back and forth match. I mean, Wade Barrett, he held his own. I mean, he did dominate Sheamus for a little bit. But of course, Sheamus had a comeback. I'm thinking, okay, Wade Barrett did dominate for a little bit and Sheamus came back. I'm thinking maybe, okay, Sheamus is going to win this match. And out of nowhere, Tenzai attacks Sheamus. Like, I thought the Big Show would have attacked Sheamus, but it was Tenzai. That just caught me off guard right there. My question is, how did Wade Barrett end up facing Sheamus in the first place? It should have been the Big Show versus Sheamus. And then where did Tenzai come from? I don't get that. It's like all these guys are just, I don't know. Maybe is it WWE or was it just, maybe I'm missing the connection. The Big Show and Sheamus have tension. I get that. I'm not sure where Wade Barrett fits into that. I'm not sure where Tenzai comes in. I have no idea. I'm missing the connection between that. But Wade Barrett and Tenzai, they attack Sheamus after the match is over. So basically, Sheamus wins by disqualification. Then the Big Show attacks him and walks up the ramp. I'm not sure. We'll find out on SmackDown. It could be possible that we could have a fatal 4-way for the World Heavyweight Championship. Even though that wouldn't work because Tenzai is a Raw superstar. But SmackDown superstars on Raw and Raw superstars are on SmackDown, so it's possible. Because you have Wade Barrett and Tenzai, like they just walked into the picture. It could be a fatal four-way for the World Heavyweight Championship. Or maybe they would just, WWE just threw them in there because they didn't have a match. But I think the Big Show will beat Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then we have Antonio Cesaro versus Tyson Kidd. You know, he broke up with Oksana like 2 weeks ago. Haven't seen Oksana since then. She probably will be on this SmackDown coming up. It was a good match. I mean, Antonio Cesaro, I don't really like him that much. I really like Santino as the United States champion. But without the United States Championship, Santino just doesn't seem the same to me. But it's good to see Tyson Kidd on Raw. I haven't seen Superstars. I haven't seen a video for Superstars in a while, so I don't know if WWE is still doing Superstars or not. But it's good to see Tyson Kidd on Raw. Tyson Kidd is impressive, but he's just not good enough. And then Antonio Cesaro pulled off the win in the match. It's around 5 minutes long. And then after that, we have another tag team tournament match. Ziggler and Rio versus Team Hell No. This is around 10 minutes. Kane and Dan Brown is still dysfunctional. Their therapy sessions with Dr. Shelby aren't working at all. They have a problem with They have a problem with tagging. Like, you're supposed to wait for your partner to tag you in. Really, they just tag each other in. And I think that's why Sin Cara and Mysterio could beat them, because they had problems. It was a back and forth match, you know, all the way through, and it was a good match. It was a really good match. But Team Hell No pulled off the win. You know what? That wasn't a tag team tournament match. I think I got ahead of myself. No, that wasn't a tag team tournament match. That was just a regular match with Team Hell No, but they won. There's another tag team tournament match later on in my review. I got ahead of myself a little bit. But Team Hell No won that match. Then we have Larry King interviewing The Miz on the stage. It was The Miz's birthday. I'm not sure how old he was turned. You have to check probably his Twitter page, his Facebook. Google it. I'm not sure really. He looks kind of young. I say maybe 28 to 30, possibly. I don't know. That's just a guess. Larry King with his wife interviews The Miz. Basically, Larry King says he's going to bring out a new guest who wasn't born. Kofi Kingston comes out because the tag team is over with R-Truth. And basically, this is for The Miz ends up getting water thrown in his face by Larry King's wife. They walk off stage. Kofi Kingston throws The Miz off the stage, jumps on him, and they end up fighting backstage. And that's the end of that. And now the next tag team tournament match. I got ahead of myself. It was Zack Ryder and Santino Marella versus the Rhodes Scholars, made up of Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes. It's good to see Zack Ryder and Santino Marella together, you know. Zack Ryder, it's good that they're now superstars, you know. And they're a new tag team. It's like, whether they become a tag team, Zack Ryder and Santino Marella, that's just something new that just came up. I'm not sure what WWE is doing. I'm really not sure. I'm not really impressed with Zack Ryder and Santino Marella. It's like some weeks they are good and some weeks they're bad. It's like they're not consistent with their wrestling abilities. Some weeks they do good and some weeks they don't. It's just like you need to stay at the same level. Some weeks they're up here, some weeks they're down here, you know? It was a quick match, really quick. It could have been longer. It should have been longer, but the Rhodes Scholars won. Then we have some WWE Divas um, action. We have Caitlyn versus Eve, which is a very interesting match because I believe that Eve attacked Caitlyn in Night of Champions, which caused her to be taken out of the match. Now I know they say that whoever attacked Eve had blonde hair, so people would naturally assume it was Beth Phoenix or Natalia. But Eve could have been wearing a blonde wig. We don't really know. I believe Eve took out Caitlyn. Um, this is basically Caitlyn's rematch from Night of Champions. But Caitlyn tries her best, but her ankle gave out on her. She's still injured. She's still feeling the effects. Her ankle gave out on her. Eve took advantage of that, and she won the match via submission, which she wouldn't let go. So Layla had to come out and save her. It would be nice if Michelle McCool came back. And then we have news that Randy Orton will be on SmackDown after being gone a week because he was injured. Randy Orton will be on SmackDown, so that should be very good. And then we have the main event of the night, Vince McMahon versus CM Punk. Very interesting match. Vince McMahon is attacked right on the ramp before the match even starts. But I was very impressed by the spear from Vince McMahon. I must say he was good. He was in good shape. Some people were worried that Vince may have a heart attack, considering Jerry Lawler being in action. But Vince McMahon is in good shape, though. I mean, he's in very good shape. It isn't his first time in the ring. I mean, obviously, he runs a business, a $1 million business, but he's still in good shape, so he finds time to work out. And WWE ratings supposed to be really suck, and Vince McMahon had to step in the ring, because normally Vince only comes around when WWE isn't doing too good. We don't really see Vince that much. He comes around every couple months. So the ratings must have really sucked. I guess because John Cena wasn't on last week. That could be possible. It's possible. I mean, this was a good match. It could have been, a little longer had Vince been about 30 years younger. They were just kendo sticks involved. I mean, kendo sticks, from what I hear, they get your skin, they go into your skin. I mean, those are some hard hits. I mean, if you take 1 or 2 hits from them, I mean, your body is just done. They can break your body in half, literally. Vince McMahon grabs the WWE belt. He grabs a kendo stick. CM Punk has a kendo stick. They're just hitting each other with it, just going back and forth. I mean, this match was insane. A low blow from CM Punk, and right when CM Punk had Vince McMahon down, about to do the GTS, Ryback comes out. Ryback again. We keep seeing a lot of Ryback. Ryback is really getting the push from WWE. He comes out. Of course, CM Punk tries to run, but John Cena is there. He can't do anything physically because of his injury, but he still has a little role in Raw, and he was there basically for the ratings to be up. He throws CM Punk back in the ring, who gets clotheslined. And CM Punk ends up retreating into the audience, which is a bad thing, because CM Punk hits a fan. I saw the video on TMZ, where you can see, if you go on TMZ or Yahoo or anything, the video is everywhere. I say go to TMZ. You can see the video. He's up in the audience. There was no security there at the time. The fans were just pushing him, hitting him, just pushed him all over the place, which isn't the first time it happened, but they were really just shoving the guy around. He could have stayed professional, and a guy hit him from the back of the head. He turned around and he punched the guy, but he punched the wrong guy though. The guy he punched wasn't the one who hit him in the back of his head. He totally got the wrong guy, and by the time this happened, you can see the security man in the black shirt working his way up there. Normally, when superstars run up there, the security doesn't follow them, but this crowd was just off the hook. Like, normally they do follow them. Like, if you ever been to a live event, you know, I've been to SmackDown twice, so whoever the World Heavyweight Championship is, the World Heavyweight Champion is, they at the end of the show, if you're in the front row, they walk around and they shake your hand, and the security guards follow them. When I went, Jeff Hardy was champion. That was back in 2009, and when I recently went in 2011, Randy Orton was champion, and the security officer followed them around. But normally when they run up in a ramp, in the audience, security doesn't follow them. But he punched the wrong guy, which is bad because that could be a lawsuit. The guy, I don't even think the guy touched him at all. He punched the wrong guy, which under that, from what I saw, he was punched in the back of the head. But CM Punk said that he was punched in the back of the head and he was hitting the kidneys, which I couldn't tell from the video, but maybe he was. But he was still, you have to remain professional, and I can see if it was going off the air, but you know, it was still rolling. The tape was still rolling, you know. If it was after the show, I mean, with today's technology, you have to be careful what you do. I mean, that was caught on camera, and that's a lawsuit right there. And WWE that cannot afford for CM Punk to be out of action for no lawsuit, because John Cena is already injured. Jerry Lawler is gone. CM Punk facing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit from a fan. I mean, could be scary news for WWE. They better give whoever that guy he punched, they better give him like 5 years worth of tickets, you know, front row seats to WrestleMania, you know, hotel rooms, limos, because that guy is, I know he's going to sue. He has the video proof. He hit the wrong guy. I can't say if I was in CM Punk's shoes, I would have reacted differently. If someone is punched me in the back of the head, hit me in kidneys, I can't say I might want to turn around and swing too. Maybe after the camera went off, you know. But they were pushing him around. I mean, they were just giving him a hard time. But that could be a lawsuit. I'm just waiting. I can guarantee by the end of Friday, there's going to be a lawsuit filed. He punched the wrong guy. There's going to be a lawsuit. I know it. But that is my Raw review for October the 8th, 2012. Tomorrow's, well, it's 12/10. Well, today's Wednesday. So I'm going to do your questions answered. I think 5, is it? I don't remember. 5 or 6. I think it's 5. Your questions answered 5 tomorrow. Thursday, if there's a Superstars. Hopefully, I can do Superstars. Friday, I probably do TNA. And Saturday, I probably do SmackDown. And Sunday, I do Raw predictions. That's a rough schedule of the week. So make sure you check out my channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you look out for my new videos.